Work with Purpose by Vegan Journal. In this series, we highlight vegan businesses creating meaningful work through compassion and purpose. I'm Hannah Kaminsky, and today we're at Bistro Vonish in Austin, Texas. So, what inspired you to start Bistro Vonish?
My first career was actually in mechanical engineering.
Rather different.
Yes. Um, I went to school for it. I worked doing aircraft engines in the summers, and I worked at a materials research center during the school year. And I got out of college, and I ended up taking a job in Texas in the oil field. And while I like the idea of the engineering projects, I did not really fit in the oil field and didn't really enjoy my time there. Um, but while I was doing that, I was reading and learning more about veganism and all the reasons why veganism made sense to me. And this thought of like, if I have any of the beliefs that I feel like I have, then I need to become vegan. So um, being a vegan in the oil field was hard, but maybe that kind of friction was what pushed me further to learn more and to do more. And so through learning more about vegan food, I learned more about cooking. Um, and then slowly the cooking part became my favorite part of my day. And me cooking dinner for friends and family and stuff. And they're like, you should open a restaurant. You should open a
Of
restaurant. I
course,
think everyone's
always.
heard that. Um, like, that sounds kind of fun, actually. Yeah, I like that. So then we kind of smash cut to beginning of 2009, where there's a real economic downturn. So my whole department gets laid off. Um, and I was kind of like, this is an opportunity to go do what I think I want to do instead of feeling like what I'm supposed to do. Um, so I got really lucky and met some folks who were, my first job was making and selling tamales and soups and stuff for a farmer's market in Houston. And then a few months later, I started working at this restaurant in Houston. And from there, I was just completely bit by the bug of like,
Absolutely hooked.
this is it, this is where I belong, this is for me.
Sometimes you just have that sense and you can't explain it.
Yes, I remember my very first dinner shift ever. It was like opening night, and just the like seeming chaos of it, and the energy of it, and the
It's a rush, it's a
yeah,
high.
it was exactly that. I was like, this is it. This is the experience I've wanted forever. Like this is what I've been looking for. Um, so shortly after that, I'm like, okay, this is it. This is what I'm into, and I ended up working at um, a bread bakery in Houston, and then um, a sweets bakery, as well as a raw food kitchen. And I was like, yeah, I'm.
It's a diverse range of skills.
And throughout this whole time, I'm like, I want to open a restaurant, and like this idea of what restaurant it would be changed a lot over the
Mm-hmm.
years. Um, and then came another point of like, okay, well, I'm doing all these jobs in Houston. It feels like there's not like a ton of direction for me at this time. So I'm going to go to a culinary school in Austin where there's also more abundant jobs in vegan food, at the time, at least. I don't know what
I think it's still
Houston's.
true. I mean, obviously biased,
Yeah.
but it's a pretty good place to be vegan. Put it that
Yeah.
way.
So I moved to Austin and went to culinary school. And, this idea of what I wanted to do for a vegan restaurant continued to evolve. I ended up meeting somebody who became a good friend, and I cooked a um, anniversary dinner for him, private dinner with like him and his now wife, and They're like, oh yeah, we should like open a restaurant together. And then we're like, yeah. And then, okay, you're serious. Like, yeah,
It's actually
cool,
happening.
let's do
We're not
this.
just saying words.
All right, so how do you do that? Like, I don't know. Never done it.
Right.
You need money and space, and we don't have any of that. So let's start doing supper clubs. Let's start doing pop-up events. Um, all while I had a day job at a meal delivery service.
Mm.
And then again, that meal delivery service goes out of business. I said, okay, now what do I do? Um, well, let's just take another jump and start doing Bistro Vonish full time.
Just go all in.
And so, well, we'll still want to do the restaurant, but let's do the trailer for now. And that was 11 years ago. And we're still doing the trailer, and everything's changed and is different, but
Say the least.
I'm excited to still be here doing this, and it feels like what I'm supposed to be doing.
I love to hear that. And it really is inspiring that you've been here for that long.
Yes.
So I think it says a lot about your passion to continue it
Yes.
and the community and all of that. Many
Yeah.
factors.
Yeah. Having, very lucky having community and friends and neighbors who have been fantastic for growing and maintaining this crazy idea. And, you know, a lot has changed, and a lot of what I've needed to put into the business has changed as well. At different times
Adaptability.
require, yes,
That's the key.
yes, different moments require different focuses, and um, I've been lucky to make it through each one of those.
Yeah. So what would you say your biggest challenges have been to get through?
Yeah, so there's the obvious ones of kind of the seasonal nature of service industry in general and food trucks specifically.
Especially, I mean, and especially in Texas, when most people would think that the summers are the high time, but it's so difficult to just be
Yes.
outside when it's that
Yes.
hot.
Yeah. So, and it's somewhat predictable, it seems, where like 70 degrees is the best time for business. And any
Yeah,
time you get away from that, above or below, business falls off. Um, so, had to get creative ways to find more business during those times with events and things like that. Um, and I was very fortunate to have folks around me who also wanted to have events and the similar kinds of events.
hmm
Um, I've also been very fortunate, that feeling of like I'm where I'm supposed to be. Part of that is like, okay, I used to work in the oil field. I'm not worried about um, changing fittings on a gas line. Like that is something I feel good about doing. Um,
it's really
like,
about being able to roll with the punches and
yes,
expecting that things will go wrong and figuring out how to recover.
yes, exactly. That's a great way to say that. Um, Maybe I don't know how to fix things. Either I or someone else are going to figure this out, and um, we can adapt for today. We're going to survive today, and then we'll figure out a long-term solution tomorrow.
And I think that you also downplay your skills a bit because you're the only one manning this whole trailer,
That's
right?
correct.
Yeah.
Yes,
Cooking, cleaning, maintaining, serving, everything.
correct. Yes.
That's wild. So, what do you wish your customers understood that you don't think they do?
I still encounter some people who are maybe not fully aware, through no fault of their own necessarily, that this is a very small operation and there are just limits on what I am capable of doing and um, capable of doing while maintaining some semblance of sanity
And quality.
and quality, especially. Yes. And I really appreciate when there are folks who understand how this feels like a monumental task every day of having um, what feels like too much on the menu sometimes. Be like, I got to get through all of that prep and have it ready and have it taste good every single time. And that is, it feels impossible every single day, but then somehow end up being open and ready for business. So I'm grateful for the folks who do understand or do appreciate that that is a big task.
Yeah. And I can understand that people get upset when they come out and something is sold out. But personally, I'm excited to see that because, like, you're cranking it out, you're doing business. I
Yeah.
am happy when you sell out.
Yes.
I am happy when there's a wait. I'm happy when there's like a crowd here. I think that's awesome.
Uh,
I wish other people felt the same way.
yes, absolutely. And people, over the years, things have changed. I've this idea of like adapting continuously has meant that the menu has changed continuously. As part of why I've never done like a professionally printed menu is I want the opportunity to change at any time. So having somebody have a dish that used to be their favorite and now it's not on the menu, and, I get that the heart wants what it wants, but
Hmm.
there's a reason why I stopped doing it, and
Like, personally, I do miss the tofu scramble
yeah,
dearly. But taking it off the menu was also a good thing because it forced me to try other things that I fell in love with.
yeah,
So, still miss it. But I'm not mad about it ultimately. It's for the greater good.
yes, maybe someday it'll come back, but we'll
Amazing.
see.
Holding out hope. So, what is the best way for people to support you now?
Um, the best way for folks to support me now would be either come out and eat and tell your friends. If you don't live around here, but you know someone who does, you can buy them a gift card.
It's a great gift. Doesn't
Um,
go bad. Fits all sizes.
exactly. I have my shirts up on my T Public. I do the Leo meme every single time I like see a big acorn skull out there. I'm like,
It's
whoa,
awesome.
that's cool. I didn't expect that today.
Yeah, I know personally, whenever I eat here, I take pictures, of course, and I try to share on social media, and I just try to remind people and make it top of mind. Just
Yes,
keep the word out there, keep it present.
that's another great one. Yes, I don't. I'm not great at social media, so yes, that's a great
Yeah, again,
point.
it's like community support.
Yeah,
You don't need to do everything. We can do that.
yeah. I guess that's part of telling your friends too, is
Right.
telling
It's just a different
all
platform.
of your internet friends.
Yeah, online, in person, it all helps.
Yeah. Um,
So, if someone wanted to start their own vegan food trailer, vegan food business, what advice would you give to them?
it is not glamorous, but if everything's working well, you get to make cool stuff, have people enjoy the cool stuff you're making, and be your own boss. And that is such a,
True instant gratification.
yeah, it is a rare thing. So if you're like, I have this crazy idea that I want to get into, I would suggest writing a business plan. Um, write a business plan. Know that you're gonna take most of it and just throw it out the window the minute you open your doors. But having a business plan helps to give you a sense of what does overhead actually look like. Um, you know, your the rule in food industry is your cost of goods is such and such percent of your total sales price. Like, okay, well then where's all the rest of that money go? It seems like it should be easy to make money then. Like you start figuring out rents and um,
Equipment,
equipment and
ingredients.
labor and insurance and
Oh, all the fun stuff.
yeah. All the fun things that aren't cooking or
There's a lot
making
of that.
food, you realize, just be aware of where that money's going to go once you do
Hmm.
open doors. You're going to have like a mission statement and really help define your core principles. And those are really great things to have um, written down that you can come back to over time. The vision and goal of Bistro Vonish has completely changed since day one. We used to be wanting to open a certain type of brick and mortar restaurant, and that's not really in the cards for me right now. But the overall principles of mission of Bistro Vonish of wanting to focus on scratch made food that is constantly aspiring to be better than it was. um, that is the core part of what I've held on to, and having this thing, basically a letter from myself in the past saying like, this is what you want to hold on to make sure this continues to be Bistro Vonish.
Hmm.
Aspire and to again aspire is I have that written down. It's a quote from, I believe, an architect. Again, that's in my business plan as
Hmm.
a reference to go back to. But to aspire and to again aspire, always be better than you were yesterday.
I love that. I can taste it in the food. It makes a difference. Of
Well, thank you.
course. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.